Hello, folks. Welcome to NFL Week 7 update. The Bengals on Thursday night. Boy, Joe Flacco was cool, by the way. 33-31 over the Steelers. Joe Flacco, or Joe Cool. 31 out of 27, 31-47. 342 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and a rating of 108.6 rating. Bengals go to 3-4. And they will be ready against the Jets, who are winless. While for the Steelers, they dropped to 4-2 and got a huge game this week against the Packers, and it's Aaron Rodgers against his former team. That's going to be a fun one to watch, but they got to fix that defense. Of course, yes, they did give up 100 receiving yards to Ja'Marr Chase and that 100 rushing yards to Chase Brown. So they got to get that defense fixed before they play the Packers. Then in Wembley, in London, England, the Rams cooked the Jaguars 35-7. Matthew Stafford, 21 out of 33, 182 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and a rating of 117.7 rating. Rams go to 5-2, while for the Jags, they fall to 4-3, and we'll go to the bye week in this 4-3 record. And so far for the Jags, there's some positives in Duval County, although those 3 losses were tough. Of course, losing to Seattle 2 weeks ago, and then this past week, lost to the Rams in London. So good news is they'll be fully rested, and we'll focus on week 9. While for the Rams, they go to 5-2, and will also, I'm assuming they're also going on the bye week, so that's huge for them, and they should be rested. The Eagles are back, 28-22 over the Vikings. Jalen Hurts, 19 out of 23, 326 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, a perfect passer rating, 158.3 rating. Eagles back in the win column. They go to 5-2, get ready against the Giants this week. And the good news is Brandon Graham is deciding to unretire and come back to the Eagles. Vikings dropped to 3-3, and they gotta get something to fix because this upcoming week we're getting closer to that Thursday night game. They gotta travel to Los Angeles and take on the Chargers. Patriots go on fire, 31-13 over the Titans, who make their Mike McCoy interim head coach debut. Terrible. Well, his debut was good, but not a good start for him. La'Kevion Chason, 3 total tackles, 2 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits. He also recovered a fumble and scored. Patriots go to 5-12, and they probably have a clear path to maybe win the division for the first time since 2019. Yes, Patriots fans, it's been a long time you guys won the AFC East. While for the Titans, they fall to 1-6, and yeah, next week they got to play those 6-1 Colts. Yikes. Keep pounding. Panthers win 13-6 over the Jets. Derek Brown, 7 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 3 pass defenses, 3 QB hits. Also, I'll give it another plus player. J.C. Horn had 2 picks. One was an interception, and one that sealed the deal against that Jets offense. Panthers go to 4-3 with some concerns. Of course, Bryce Young officially has a high ankle sprain and could miss the 2 to 4 weeks. So Andy Dalton will be the starter this week against the Bills. But here's where this could go for the Panthers. If Andy Dalton's the starter, expect him to use the running game. Because yes, the Bills defense has given up more rushing yards than anybody in the NFL. Not 32nd, but maybe in the 25th, 26th ranked right there. But I think the big story will be, can the Panthers defense slow down Josh Allen, James Cook, and that offense? If they can do that, maybe the upset alert will happen in Charlotte. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they go 0-7, and it's starting to feel like right now Woody Johnson is blaming Justin Fields. And could we probably see Tyrod Taylor making the starting job against the Bengals? Not confirming that yet, but I'm hearing something that the Jets are expecting to name Tyrod Taylor as their starting quarterback against the Bengals. So if that is confirmed, maybe this game against the Bengals may have a flip the script. Cleveland's defense dominated Tua and the Dolphins 31-6, but Quayshawn Judkins was a bad man. A bad man it is. 25 carries, 84 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Browns go to 2-5 record. Well, for the Dolphins, 1-6, and all I gotta say is bench Tua and start Quinn Ewers. I mean, come on. If Tua is not gonna do whatever it takes to lead this team to wins, then bench him and put Quinn Ewers. And also, what's going on with Miami? You're not going to fire Mike McDaniel. From 2 weeks ago, you lose to the Panthers when you were up 17-0. You lost that game. Then you went back home. You played the Chargers. You had the lead until your defense slipped off for Ladd McConkey's game-winning reception. And then you just lost to the Browns defense and Tua threw 3 interceptions. Embarrassment. Fire Mike McDaniel. Chicago got some good news. 26-14 over the Saints. Tremaine Edmonds, 9 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass defense, 1 QB hit, and 1 interception. The Bears defense showing up and get their 4th straight win of the season. The Saints 1-6, although they did play very competitive football offensively. But this week against the Bucks, is this going to finally be the week the Saints upset the Bucks? Nope, but wish them the best of luck. Well, best of luck for the Raiders because losing to Kansas City 31-0. Patrick Mahomes 26 out of 35, 286 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. The Chiefs go to 4-3, while for the Raiders, they fall to 2-5. And welcome back Rashee Rice, having 45+ receiving yards and 2 touchdowns to let the league know that I'm back. Yep, he's back. How about the biggest story of them all? The Colts have the best record in the NFL. 38-24 win over the Chargers. DeForest Buckner, 5 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 4 QB hits. The Colts are 6-1, and they have the best record in the NFL. Chargers, they fall to 4-3, and all they need to look at is, yikes, the Kansas City Chiefs are coming back, and we need to win this week against the Vikings. And if we don't beat the Vikings, we need to wish the Broncos our best of luck to say, win the division, and don't let the Chiefs win it. All right, but that means the Broncos, boy, I'm speechless with this result. So let's go over it. The Giants were about to win this game until we hit to the 4th quarter. And I'm going to give you the results. The Giants scored 13 points in the 4th quarter. Ready for this one? The Broncos were scoreless from 1st quarter to the 3rd quarter, 0. And they scored 33 points. And you know what they did with those 33 points? They beat the Giants 32-33 over the Giants. Bo Nix, 27 out of 50 pass attempts. Wow. 279 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rating of 83.7, which was against a Giants defense that really kept them in that game. They go to 5-2. The Giants fall to 2-5, and I feel like Jackson Dart should have won this game. if they did win this game, maybe we should start talking about the Giants and maybe apologize to their head coach. Packers came back against the Arizona Cardinals 27-23. Micah Parsons, 5 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 5 QB hits. Yikes. Packers go to 4-1-1 record. Arizona falls to 2-5, and they're praying that Kyler Murray should be back this upcoming week. Dallas gets CeeDee Lamb back with a 44-22 win over the Commanders. Lamb had 5 receptions, 110 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Cowboys go to 3-3-1 record. Commanders fall to 3-4 record, and they have to play the Kansas City Chiefs with questions surrounding on if Jayden Daniels will play on Monday night. And if he doesn't, Marcus Mariota, you're going to make your 3rd starting appearance with the Commanders. Sunday ended on a Sunday Night Football where CMC took over the ground game against the Falcons defense. 10-20 the final. Christian McCaffrey, 24 carries, 129 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. 49ers go to 5-2 and get ready to fly to Houston, take on the Texans. Atlanta drops to 3-3 and will look to respond this week against the Dolphins. And yeah, Michael Penix is injured, so if he doesn't play, then Kirk Cousins should step up. Then we go to yesterday. What a win this is for Detroit. 24-9 over the Buccaneers. Jahmyr Gibbs, 17 carries, 136 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Lions go to 5-2, and the Bucs also will go to 5-2. But for the Lions defense, Calvin Shepard is going to get a head coaching job. Maybe it's too early to say that. But 9 points. They only give up 9 points to the Buccaneers. Great performance and great job, Calvin Shepard, the defensive coordinator who was promoted from linebackers coach to replace Aaron Glenn. And that result, this is why Calvin Shepard deserves to be in this probably deserves to be the assistant coach of the year. But then for the bad news for Tampa, Mike Evans has broken his collarbone and is expecting to maybe miss this season. So that means the streak that he had since his rookie year for 1,000 receiving yards, it's done. The streak is over. Mike Evans is done for the year, and will look to get recovered for next season. Seattle gets take care of business of Houston, although it was close. 27-19 over the Texans. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 receptions, 123 receiving yards, and a touchdown. Seattle will go to the bye week with a 5-2 record. The Texans will head back home with a 2-4 record. That's it for my NFL Week 7 update. If you haven't now seen my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell for more sports news.